Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Farhan Ahmed and I am here with a short course on Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is very important in financial modeling and financial analysis. It is said that great financial analysts are masters at Microsoft Excel. They have good command over Excel functions, Excel formulas, and Excel shortcuts. With the structure, formatting, and layout of financial data, they are good at transforming the financial data into somewhat we called a financial dashboard. With the usage of if statements, lookup functions, choose functions, and conditional formatting, they smartly carry out different tasks efficiently and effectively in making a good and impactful financial analysis. Due to significance of Microsoft Excel in financial analysis, different accounting firms and companies also consider testing Microsoft Excel skills of their candidates who are applying for the post of financial manager or financial analysis. They give you different tasks to perform in Excel and assess your Excel skills. In this video, I have listed some of the functions which are mostly used in financial analysis, and they are not the complete functions, but they are the mostly used functions in the financial analysis. And I have just created a short example of to perform these functions over this example. The example is on the left side of the screen, which is business expense for the 6 months showing here, and few of the functions which I have listed and I will be performing on this example are listed here, and I have also listed some of the most commonly used shortkey on the top right side of the screen, for which I have to scroll the screen. Uh, let me hold this screen for a while so that you can see them. Here are the different shortkeys for different functions. For bold, there is Control B. By plus sign, it means that you have to hold them simultaneously, and where there is no plus sign, there is only space. It says that you don't have to press them simultaneously, but you have to press them in the sequence they are shown here. So these are the shortkeys for bold, for italic, for underline, for double underlining, for border, for font size, and so on. One thing you should note there is that Alter key is very important in Microsoft Excel. If you don't remember any shortkey or you are unable to recall any shortkey, you just press Alter and it will show you the keys on the screen, short keys on the screen. Here I have pressed Alt key, so it is showing me F for file, H for home tab, N for insert tab, P for page layout, M for formula tab, A for data tab, R for view tab, and W for view tab. 1 to save the file, 2 to undo something, and 3 to redo something. So when you press Alt, if you want to use any function of the home tab, press H. It will show you all the short keys that are of the functions that are contained in the home tab. For example, for bold, it's 1, for italic, it's 2, for 3, for underline, it's 3. And when you press the desired key, it will give you further options and further keys to perform the desired option. So if you cannot remember any short key, you can just use Alt key to see them on the screen. And in this example, I will be mostly using Alt short key or Alt key to perform different functions. So usually when firms and companies perform Excel assessment or perform the assessment of your Excel skill, they categorize them broadly into three categories. They assess you in the formatting area, they assess you in the usage of different functions, and they assess you over some general operations, for example, saving file, changing the page orientation, printing the file, checking spellings, renaming the tabs or sheets, and inserting or deleting the sheets in the worksheet. So here we go with the example. Here is the raw data. It is not formatted. It is not arranged. It is arranged but not formatted. And column width, no column width formatting here. So first begin with the formatting of the data and bringing it into a presentable shape. In formatting functions, I have listed few of the tasks for merge cell and making the font bold, changing the size of the font, aligning the text in the cells, vertically align the cells, horizontally align the cells, playing with table borders options, adjusting the column width to the text, and showing the currency on the amount. So first, let's bring the heading in the center of the table and merge the cells. Select the cells you want to merge, press Alt, press H, and press M for merge, and further press C to merge and align the text in the center of the cell. So it's merged and aligned center. So this task is performed. One more thing, I have to bold the font of the cell. So select the cell and press either Control B or press, if you don't remember the Control B short key, press Alt, press H, and here it shows 1. So press 1 to make the font bold. Now I have to increase the size of the font. The shortcut to increase the size of the font is, in order to increase the size, you have to press Ctrl and open bracket. In order to decrease, you have to press Ctrl with close bracket, or you can simply, if you don't remember this shortcut, just press Alter, press H because it's in the home tab, and press FG to increase the size by 1. FG. And in order to increase further, you can repeat this action, or you can simply come to the font size cell and manually punch the size you want. For example, if I want font size 14, I can just type 14 in the cell so that the font size will become 14. If I want it to be 16, I will just select it and press 16, enter. The font size is 16. So I have also played with the font size. Similarly, I have to also format the column heads, make them bold, align them in center, and align them middle, vertically, vertically center, and horizontally center. Select all the cells, press Alt, press H to align center. Horizontally there is AC, and to align middle, that is align center vertically, there is AM. So first I will align it horizontally center. So I'll press AC. Now I have to middle align it, that is vertically in the center of the cell. I will press Alt, I will press H, I will press AM. So the text will be vertically aligned in the middle of the cell. Now I have to adjust the column width of the cell so that it it is fitted to the text inside it. I will select all the cells I want to adjust, and I will bring the cursor to the border of any column in the heading and double click it. It will automatically adjust the column width to the text inside the cells. I also want to vertically middle align the text of the cells. So I'll select all the cells containing the figures and expense heads. I'll press Alt, H, A, and M. So it will align all the values in the cells vertically in the middle of the cell. So I have done this too. I have done this function too. Now, table borders. In order to make a table border of the entire table, I will select the whole table. I will select some more rows for performing other functions, and either I will directly click on this. If I want all the borders of this cell, I will select all borders, or the short key to perform this task would be, I'll press Alt, I'll press H, Then it shows B. I'll press B. It will give me further option to placing the border. For all borders, either I will click it or the short key for it will be A. So I'll press A. Mm, Now you can see that the whole table is bordered. I can see that the text in this column is larger than the size of the column width. So I will come to the border of the column and double click it to adjust to the text inside it. Now I have also given the border to the entire table. I have also adjusted the column width. Now I have to show the currency signs with the figures inside the table. I will select all the figures or all the cells in which figures will be appearing. Either I can directly come to the this option, currency option in the number tab. I can choose any sign which I want. For example, if I want dollar, I can click on dollar. If I want pound, I can click on pound. If I want euro, I can click on euro. Or if I want to perform it by using the short key, I'll press Alt, I'll press H, and it will show me the option to show the currency. So I will press AN. It will give me further option to use the currency signs. Here I will click the currency sign I want to use, or for further more option I will press M, so it will give me more currency options which I want to use. Here I am using dollar, so I will click on US dollar. Now you can see that the text inside the cells have exceeded the size of the cell, therefore these are showing the hash sign. In order to remove this hash sign, I will have to again adjust the column width of these cells. So I will select the entire table and I will bring the cursor to the border of any cell, any column which is containing these hash sign. Here I am between this cell C and D. I will press, hold and drag it to adjust to the desired column width and release it. It will automatically adjust all the cell in the selected area. So the figure is appearing again with the dollar sign. I will have to adjust the column of this cell again because the text has exceeded the size of the cell. So I will just go to the border of this cell only, this column only, and will drag to fit the text inside it. Here we go. So I've added the currency sign on the figures. Now I have to find the monthly total of the expenses. There is a AutoSum function in the home tab, I can use this. I can use the formula is equals to sum and select the range which I want to sum. The short key to perform this is to press Alt and plus. It will show me the range I want to sum. If I want to alter the range, I just press and hold Shift key and change the range to the desired range which I want to sum. I want to sum from office supplies to the internet expenses, so I am selecting the entire range and I will press enter. So here you go. I will make it bold. I will select all the cells in the range in the total row and press Ctrl B to make it bold. In order to copy the data from the left cell to the right cell, there is a short key Ctrl R. Ctrl plus R, basically I will press them simultaneously. I'll press Ctrl R so that it will automatically sum the next column. If I want to copy this to the entire row containing the monthly cost, I will select all the cells in the row including the first row in which I have performed this function, and I will press Ctrl R. It will sum all the cells. So here we go. We can check it by pressing F2. It will show us the functions performed in this cell. So here I have performed the total by month. I've done this. I can also find the total of 6 months by headwise total of 6 months. I will again do the same thing. I will come to the cell in which I want the total and I will press alter and plus. Now in this cell there is no numeric value in the above cell, so it has automatically performed the sum functions on the numeric cells to the left of the cell in which I am performing the sum function. In order to change the range, I will do the same thing. I will press and hold Shift key and modify the range if I want to sum only till April or May, or I want to sum to June. So, and then I will press enter. In order to copy the value from the above cell, there is a short key Control D. For example, if I want to perform the same function in this cell, I will come to this cell and press Control plus D. It has performed the same function as above. Control Z. If I want to perform the same function on the all cells below it, I will select the all cells in which I want to perform the same function and press Control plus D. It will copy the same function in the all cells under this cell, below this cell. I will also make it bold. So I have also performed the headwise total of the expenses. I will check this. Now I have to calculate the average of the 6 months. To calculate the average, I will type is equals to average bracket open, and then I will select the range for which I have to find the average. I will select from January, February, March, April, May, June. I'll press enter. So it will calculate the average. In order to copy the same value, same formula on the cells under it, below it, I will select all the cells below it and press Ctrl and D so that I have copied the same formula in all the cells below it. I'll also make it bold and I will fill the color in the cell. For this I will select all the cells which I want to color. I'll press Alter, I'll press H and H again as it shows H to fill the color. It will give me the color option which I want to fill, and I can click on any color I want in these cells. So I perform the average. Now I have to calculate the quarterly cost for quarter 1 and 2. Means quarterly total for quarter 1 and 2. So I am doing this here. We type total of quarter 1. Quarter 1 is from January to March, and total of quarter 2, I will copy the same cell under it by using Ctrl D shortcut. I'll press F2 to edit this cell, and I will just change 1 by 2. So it's total of quarter 1, it's total of quarter 2. I'll perform the total here. Now I will use the shortcut to perform the total. I will press plus sorry Alter plus H and select the cells I want to sum. I will sum the January total, I will sum the February total, and I will sum the March total in order to get the total of quarter 1. So here we go. Here's the total of quarter 1. I'll perform the same function. I'll press Ctrl Alter H and select the cells which I want to sum. I will sum the April total, May total, and June total in order to get the total of quarter 2. I'll make them bold by pressing Ctrl B. I've done this too. Creating a chart from the for the first quarter. Sorry, create column chart for the first quarter. Here I will select the first quarter, January, February, March, all the expenses and values of the first quarter, and I will go into the chart option. Chart option is in the insert tab, so I'll press Alter. In order to go into insert tab, I'll press N, and here insert column chart, here it shows C, so I'll press C. And to select the chart type, I will click the chart type I want. Say I want this. I'll press on this. So here it's the chart for the first quarter. I will drag it to adjust the size of the chart, and bring it to the bring it below the table by dragging it below the table. Okay, I don't have to drag down, so I'm just leaving it there, just below the data cells. So I've also inserted the column chart. Now I have to prepare the forecast for the third quarter. In order to prepare the forecast, we have to make certain assumptions. Either we make these assumptions on the basis of trends or historical data, or these assumptions are provided to us. Here it is mentioned that I have to use 3% inflation rate on all the expenses except for lease costs, which have to be increased by $20 for each quarter. So, in order to prepare the forecast of the third quarter, I will just insert columns for the third quarter after the average column. I will highlight the entire column after average column. To highlight entire column, I have to press Control space, and in the short key to insert column is Control plus. So where did the table go? Okay, it's here. 3 column, 4 column. I have inserted 4 columns for the third quarter, 3 for the months, and 4 for the quarterly total of the third quarter. I will give it heading forecast of quarter 3. Quarter 3, and I will merge and center align these cells. To merge, I will press Alt H M, and for merge and center, I will press C. I will give them all borders. To do that, I will select all the cells, press Alt H, B, and A for all borders. Here you go. Now, in order to separately identify this as forecast, I will select all cells in the forecast of third quarter. I will again go to the border option, Alt H, B, and I have to look for the thick border. Here it's T. So the entire table for the third quarter is the outside boundary of the third forecast of the third quarter is thick bordered. I'll give them heading. I will make the month heading bold. Do the same thing here. Now after June there is July. Now to autofill the other cells, I will just come to the right bottom of the cell where it shows plus sign. I will click, hold and drag it to autofill the months. It automatically fills August, September, and if I drag it further, it will continue filling the cells. I'll make them bold. Okay. Now the assumption says forecast for the third quarter assuming 3% inflation in all costs except 3% by 3%. I am assuming that all expenses are increasing by 3% every month. So the July expenses will be 3% higher than the expenses of June. To do that, I will use the formula. I will link it to the July expense and multiply it to the 1.03 in order to show a 3% inflation rate. I will do the same to the cells below. I will select all the cells and press Ctrl D to copy the same thing. Here I have to take care that lease was to increase by $20 per quarter. So I will look for the lease. Here it is, and I will increase it only by $20. I will come to the value and add 20 in it. I will add $20 in the value of June. Here it is. And now it will remain same for the entire quarter. So I will keep it same, 810, 810. One thing I have to tell you that when we copy the formula below, the formula moves the same number of cells as we move below the cells. For example, here it copies H6. In the lower cell, it will H7. It will automatically become H8. In the below, it will automatically become H9. This type of copying is called dynamic referencing, because when we are copying the values, we are copying the data, it is also dynamically changing with the number of cells we are moving down. If we want to freeze the cells, we have to use a dollar sign between the letter and the number of the cell address. For example, here I have punched 810 manually because it is not increasing monthly. If I will copy the formula, same formula to the right cells by using Control R functions, it will also move the source data by the same number of cells I am moving right. If I want to keep it same, I will just edit it by pressing F2 and insert a dollar sign in the cell reference which I have used. Press enter. Now when I will copy this to the right cells by pressing Control R, sorry, Control Z, H7 is this. Okay, I have to insert dollar sign on both sides of the alphabet. Sorry, I have placed dollar sign on both sides of the alphabet. Now it is absolute referenced. Now when I will copy this by using Control R shortkey, it will remain unchanged. Other expenses are increasing by 3% per month, so I will use last month expense multiply by 1.03 and copy the same to the right cell. Likewise, I will do the same here with the utilities. Last month's expense multiply by 1.03 in order to show 3% inflation. For saying 1103, okay, it's done. Copy the same thing by pressing Ctrl R to the right. and copy the same thing to the bottom below cells by pressing Control D. Uh, this cell, let's, okay, Control R, so it's corrected. Okay, the total of the third quarter will be Control B to make it bold. To perform the total, I'll press Alt plus and select the range which I want to sum. July, August, and September. Enter. And I will copy the same formula in the cells below it by pressing Ctrl D. Selecting all the cells below it and pressing Ctrl D. So I have also prepared the forecast of the third quarter using lookup value to find out computer charges for the month of April. Okay, here I will perform lookup of computer charges for the month of April. I will double click the on the bottom of the column to adjust to the text, and in this cell I will use VLOOKUP. I will is equals to VLOOKUP, bracket open. I will select the range in which I have to find the value. I will select the entire table. Till June. Now I have to set the criteria I want to search. For example, if I want to search the lease expense, I will use comma and I will set the criteria. I wanted to search the lease, so I click the cell that containing lease expense and I want the value of April. So I will provide the column reference of the April, the number of column in which April is appearing. So I will give a column and I will now start counting the columns from the selected table. In this table, expenses will be the first column, January 2nd, February 3rd, March 4th, and April will be 5th. So I will write 5 in the column reference and I want the exact match, exact figure. So I will give comma and I will select false and press enter to get the value. Hmm, something went wrong. Control home. Sorry, I think it's showing value because I selected the criteria from within the table in which I am performing the search. Therefore, I will change the criteria, that is lookup value I want to search, and I will just type it in inverted commas. Lease. I've just typed lease manually. I have to be very careful that it should be exactly the same spelling as it is contained in the desired range from which I want to search it. Now let's see what's happened. I press enter. Oh, it again gives value. Now I get the point. The value error is showing because I have changed the order of criteria and range in this formula. Let's do it over again. Is equals to VLOOKUP. Now I have to first set the criteria which I want to search. For example, I want to look up lease. So I will click on lease, then comma. Now I will specify the range in which I have to search this. I will select the entire table from January to June. Then I will give the column index in which my desired value is contained. So I will give the column number of April. I will count the column from the column of expense 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the selected range, April is contained in the fifth column. So I will type 5 and then I want the exact match. I will select false and press enter. Now it will give me the value. So I looked up the lease expense for the month of April was $790. It's not showing dollar sign. I will just come and edit. Here we go. So this was the short course. It was intended for beginners and intermediary level uh, students. I hope it would be useful for you. Thank you for watching this.